Hello, everybody, and welcome to my initial thoughts of MW3 and the initial thoughts of the beta. So, I have only been playing for one day. I do not have anything maxed out, and I am playing as a casual player. Keep in mind that this is from the point of view of somebody who does not play Call of Duty to be the best. I'm not terrible, but I am also not some crazy god who is the best at the video game. So, for all of us casual players out there, this might benefit you a little bit. The mechanics of this game are fairly similar to MW2 and MW 2019. There's nothing too different. Slide canceling is back. You don't jump at the end of it. If you do cancel, you just stand up. Dolphin diving is still here from MW2, and I can really see how this was supposed to be a MW2 beta, or not beta, DLC. That's bringing back all of the original MW2 maps, guns, all of the stuff that is very MW2 related. And they've made it MW3, which I think is kind of goofy, because if you're going to make MW3, right, and make it a reboot of the original, then you should be including the original. So now my question is, are we going to get MW4 and that's going to be MW3, or is this going to get a DLC that's MW3 originals content? Who knows? I don't care. It will come around eventually, or it'll never come at all. Just how it goes. The new mechanics in terms of like building your loadouts and such, with it being like the not score streaks and kill streaks, but your perks, it being turned into actual physical gear, I think is neat. I do really like the fact that it is like, oh, these gloves are what allow you to do things with your hands better, and these boots let you do things with your feet better. It makes sense, but why change something that's been around literally since the beginning of COD's lifespan, almost, and replace it with something entirely new? And they even kept the same symbols next to the thing, so you know it's like, oh, that's overkill, or oh, that's scavenger. It just made it more confusing than it needed to be. So it's interesting, it's neat, but I also see it going into a very Tarkov-esque mindset, where now, because they have DMZ right there, Tarkov, it is going to become a, oh, well, armor now gives you actual armor, and these ones have different armor values, and this does this. And I don't come to Call of Duty to play Tarkov. I come to Call of Duty to play Call of Duty, an arcade shooter where I can run around. I don't have to worry about fucking, oh, what kind of armor is this guy wearing, because that destroys me in Tarkov, trying to think about armors and such. My other main grievance is the health pool. The fact that it's 150 health in core is concerning to me. And in my footage that I have posted up, you guys can see that a lot of gunfights aren't, like, being won. I'm going back to having to drop shot. I'm going back to having to play kind of dirty, which isn't fun. It makes it a lot more sweaty, just so I can win a gunfight, because if you're not hitting heads, you're not winning at all. You will get mopped, and I noticed that my first game was the fact that I was just losing every fight I got into. Hit registration, it is a beta. I'm not going to hate on that. Networking probably isn't up where it should be. They probably don't have all the servers up, so it's going to be a little spotty. That's fine. It's a beta. That's another thing that needs to be pointed out, is the fact that this is a beta, and people are not taking it like it's a beta. They're taking it as though it's a full game. Yes, the full game releases in a month, but compared to last year's beta, this is a lot more reduced. Last year's beta gave us multiple maps, almost all the guns, so many different things, and I don't feel like it's fair to compare it, one, to a game that's been out for almost a year, and two, to compare it to what the previous beta was. The previous beta was they've never really done a beta for a game like this, or in that way, so them taking it back, descaling it, and not making it this crazy you know, here, test out the full game for, you know, 2-3 days, and then we're going to take it away and give it to you in a month. They kept it a lot smaller, didn't give us a lot of things. Also, a lot of our MW2 progress is supposed to convert over. So there's a lot of content missing. Once again, showing how much this was supposed to be a DLC, and it's just a full game. Another thing being, you paid $60 to $100 for a DLC. They've got us. They're the only people who make a game like this, really, that's good, or at least this popular. And we all get sucked into it. I'm a victim of it. It's frustrating, but what are you gonna do? The maps, I like all of the maps so far, especially seeing High Rise and Estate and Rust, all three of like my favorite maps as a kid. I love them, and I'm very disappointed to hear so many kids shitting on Estate and being like, Estate sucks, this map is garbage, I hate this map with a burning passion. I got into a fight with somebody over it. Not that I was like, oh, you need to respect this map, but I was like, it's an OG map, man. Like, this is a favorite. I get it, you don't like it, that's whatever, but, like, shut up. I don't need to listen to you bitch and complain the entire time I play a game. And yes, I understand. I can mute myself. I don't have to listen to them. And that's, you know, by choice. You can mute them. You can choose not to listen. I'm not going to let it offend me, but it is annoying to just listen to people bitch and complain. Even inside of, like, my personal group or people that I watch on YouTube and stuff, there's been a lot of complaining and people just bitching and moaning about it. And I don't agree with that. It's a beta. You need to understand it's a beta. It isn't done. It's not finished. Like, you can't go and shit on something that's not finished. Take it for what it is. And also, everybody's so worried about their, like, stats and stuff. It's a beta. All this is going to be erased. All of your stats, all of your achievements, all of the gun progression that you just did, it's gone. That's why I'm not worried about grinding it to, you know, the last second. It doesn't fucking matter. You will get a few, you know, bonus items for playing the beta, but by God, that's not all that crazy. I'm very disappointed in the UI still. It still looks like a Hulu menu. I don't like that. I really wish we had 2019's UI. It was beautiful. It was very nice, very crisp, pretty easy to navigate. I have people who I introduce to video games, typically, you know, they play Call of Duty or whatever first, and they're like, how do I do this? And I don't like how confusing it can be. It shouldn't look like I'm trying to go through Hulu or Netflix and find a TV show to watch. It should be a list. Same thing with the Gunsmith. I don't like how, like, it's a bottom line, like the line at the bottom, how everything is stretched out. Like, just make it a list. Like, let me scroll through it like a normal list. I get you're trying to do something new or quirky or whatever, but it's gross. The new game modes that have come out with this, I really like the cutthroat one where it's 3 teams fighting each other. That's cool. It's very unique. It's something that I've honestly wished I got to see in a video game. I don't know if it's been in any others. I haven't seen it, so I'm gonna assume it's not. But that was really cool to see. I really do like that. It gives you a lot more to work with and play with. I really don't like how they set up Ground War for this. It can be improved. I didn't play much of it, so I'm not one to speak on it. I'm not like an expert on it or nothing. But it was very, it was just, the map was too big, it was too square-like, and it had too much inside of it. It was too cluttered, whereas the previous Ground War maps were too open, so they need to find a better balance. In my opinion, this is just my personal thoughts on it. I don't like how cluttered it was and how I wasn't able to find anybody. I played like 2 or 3 games of it. I could find maybe 3 people a game, and then people were dropping nukes, and it was like, okay, how am I supposed to fucking play if I, 1, can't see anybody, and 2, you're just dropping nukes like the entire time, bro. Like, come on, chill. So that's 2 of my main grievances that I have with that. Was it's too cluttered and not enough people, I guess. The guns in this beta and so far in this game are very fun to use. I enjoy them. They're unique, yet they're also very familiar, like the Striker being the UMP 45. I love the UMP. It's a personal favorite weapon of mine. Or the MCW, I believe, is the ACR. So they're bringing back a lot of classics, yet there's also some new ones, like the M4 styled fully automatic shotgun. That's very cool, very unique. It does have a lower TK, which I don't agree with. It's a shotgun. Shotguns in real life can actually hit up to about 100 yards. If none of you have ever shot a shotgun, suggest it. Go test it out. Look at how it works. Shotguns actually have a very decent range. The movement is fun. Being able to slide, cancel, and dolphin dive all in one thing is very cool. The new side slide way you hold your gun, very unique, very cool. I think it is a very neat thing. It is semi-realistic. I'm not going to say it's like real life, but if I were to be sliding on the ground, I'm not going to be aimed down sights like fucking staring at somebody through a rifle optic. That's not how it works. However, you know, going in and being able to also toggle that like you were to breach or something, or if you had a laser on the side of your weapon, that being a toggleable thing, it's very cool. I do like the kill streaks and score streaks that are back. Obviously, kill streaks and score streaks are the same thing, but them being like having the hunter-killer drone basically back. The Juggernaut was very fun. I was able to get 3 in one game. It's not too hefty of a price. 8 kills is not terrible, but it's enough. It's like a chopper gunner. That's up there, but it's not impossible to attain for us casual players. I'm not great at the game, so for me to even get a Juggernaut is pretty cool. The health, one of the other issues that I have with it is the fact that it encourages camping. With all these new movements, you move pretty fast, but when somebody has 150 health to sit with and sit in a corner, it does kind of encourage it because they don't have to move. They're just going to sit there and it's going to suck up the damage, and they have a stable platform to watch somebody come into a room. Am I saying don't camp? No. If that's your playstyle, that's your playstyle. I understand being a casual gamer, it is not easy to get kills sometimes. One of my first games in, I came on top of the leaderboard. My next game, I was trash. I got 5 kills throughout the entire game, and it was hardpoint, one of the longest game modes to play with. So I understand that might be your playstyle. Overall, the map selection, whether it being the fact that they're old, nostalgic maps, the other thing that I really like that they did with this beta, they gave 2 not very open, but much more open maps, and then they gave 2 very close, condensed, you need to play CQC, giving you the ability to use both styles of weapons, whether it is your shotgun or SMG type, or you want to go out and snipe people. I also do really appreciate the LMGs and that they actually hit hard. An LMG hits like an LMG. Yes, it has a lot of bullets, but it should also hit like a fucking truck. They shoot a big fat round. I've tried playing around with all of the weapons. I do feel like handguns should do a little bit more damage. It being a 3 burst sometimes with the Renetti is a bit hurtful, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers. I haven't gotten to try out the new Glock yet. Once again, it's my first day of beta, so I'm not too far into all of the guns and everything else. I haven't seen everything that it has to offer. I have seen a bit of the aftermarket parts, so I do think it's neat. It's kind of just like the bodies being able to be changed, or like how the Glock in the previous game was able to have the shell that was put over it and it made it into a carbine kit. Roughly the same thing is happening here. I'm not terribly angry with that. It's very neat, but it being a whole new attachment selection rather than it just being like an upper is a bit strange way to do it. I see the appeal for it, but I'm indifferent on it, I suppose. Now, this coming up here, this is a rant. This is not really anything that's a part of the video that pertains to MW3 or MW2 or any of the Call of Duties as games themselves, but more as this is something that frustrates me, just playing games. I do not like how the community acts. Yeah, that could just be me, but there is some times in the game, and I don't take it personally, but it does get very frustrating when shit like this happens. One thing is I put TTV on my name, consistently being told to take it off because I'm not that good is a bit frustrating. And yes, I understand, like, I am doing it to get attention, and sometimes you get the wrong attention. I have the option to take it off. I have the option to mute voice chat. That's on me for not doing it. But the main thing that really pisses me off is when I'm not good at video games half the fucking time. Especially when it's like my first game, I sat down, you know, I just ate food, I'm fat and happy. And then you got some douchebag kids who are on here. One, the entire game they complain about the map. Two, they leave all their shit on open comms. I understand, once again, I can mute it. That's right. But quality of life, per se. It's really annoying to go listen to some 15-year-old, 13-year-old, fucking 8-year-old, whatever the hell, just openly talk. And, you know, sometimes if you're not doing great, like I was in that particular game, I got name dropped. They're like, yeah, this Eagle Biohazard kid fucking sucks. And like, alright, cool. I'm happy I'm on the bottom of the leaderboard because at least I'm having fun and I'm not playing to be a competitive ass. But I really don't appreciate being name dropped and whatever. It doesn't matter. I'll never see these kids again, probably the entire time I play. And if I do, we're not going to remember each other. Maybe we'll have a great interaction the next time. I also really do not like the being told to uninstall a game. Now, whatever, I'm never going to install a game because you told me I'm trash. Boo fucking boo. I don't care that I'm trash. I play the game for fun. I'm a casual gamer. But there are some people that might take it to heart. People who are a little bit more emotional and stuff like that. Or older people, right? People who are playing games because they did it as a kid and now they're 30 years old. They have 2 kids and they're trying to escape their mundane life. And then you're being a little shit kid who just got his fucking game because he mooches off of mommy and daddy's money, doesn't work a job. Like myself, I'm enlisted in the Marine Corps. I don't get to play video games all the time. I play them a little more frequently than some other people because I've been allotted that time. But I don't agree with just shitting on somebody who you potentially could make them never want to play video games again. Video games are supposed to be fun. They're supposed to be for a community to band together and have fun together, not for us to divide. Yes, I am all for shit talking. I am all for, you know, you shit on me with a really good kill and you're like, hi, you're fucking trash, bro. I fucking swamped on you, whatever the fuck. Cool, bro. Go for it. Make me feel the hurt, right? Because you got a good kill. But just because you're being a little shit does not mean shit. Now, if I was purposely going around and, like, fucking around in the game and not playing at all and, right, obviously I'm being the problem, call me out. Be like, hey, dude, like, fucking try. But, like, genuinely, I could not get a kill. I was trying so hard in this last match that this kid decided to bitch and complain about me and name drop me. I just genuinely couldn't get a kill. And I was like, y'all sat here the entire game and bitched and complained about how shitty the map is and such. And then you're going to go be a little dick and then tell me to keep crying because I, you know, decided to tell you to shut up. Yes, that is on me for starting an altercation, but I don't agree with being told to uninstall a game just because I'm not as good as you. Not everybody's going to be as good as you. You are getting to sit in your home on summer break or whatever the fuck and play video games, or it's fall break now, hell, and do whatever the hell you want. Fuck off. Like, nobody's going to be as good as you. So, yes, it is a rant. Yes, it is me complaining, I guess. But I don't like being told to uninstall shit. I don't like being told to change my name. And it does kind of come from this. These people are being very bratty and they think they're entitled to it. And I think that's what pisses me off the most about it, is that you think that you're so entitled to this game and that you should deserve this win, that you're going to tell people how to play and what to do. And that's frustrating because it's a video game. We should all just be having fun. So, enough about my rant, enough about my problems. It is me personally and not the video game itself. I genuinely have enjoyed MW3. There will be another video at the end of the beta concluding how I feel after using everything, the new equipments. You can see I'm throwing the drone right there. I absolutely love that fucking thing. It's tits. It's awesome. I love it. It's so much fun. I literally have so many clips of me just giggling at throwing it and like blowing up people's faces. It's funny as hell. But I'm going to leave this video here. I will be making another one at the end of the beta, like I said, to conclude my thoughts and opinions of the game, and we'll see if I like it or hate it anymore. I'm going to rate it right now about a 6 out of 10. It has its issues and quirks. It is a beta, so maybe it'll get buffed, and we will see where it goes from there.